We are underneath this total solar eclipse in Leo, August 12, 2026, and I keep thinking about one word. Potency. Not longevity, potency. My father is almost 90, but potency? Because we have become obsessed with how many years we can add to life. Eat this is healthy. Drink this is healthy. 80, 90, 100 years. Who needs so many years if potency is low? I think here is another question that matters much more because I want to know how much alive you feel inside you during those years. So my father is almost 90, and that has made me think very deeply those days, specifically after another hospital, another issues, another problems. Old car has issues. Ask yourself, can you walk strongly? Can you lift? Can you jump? Can you recover? Fall and stand again rapidly? Can you get excited? Or you always like numbed? Everything is the same. Lost interest. Can your body still respond? Can your mind change direction very quickly? Uranus is in Gemini. Can you fall and reorganize quickly? Not just fall physically, also through your life, through your finances. This is part of vitality. And this is what Leo represents much more deeply than simply being confident. Leo, rawr. Leo is life force, yes. It is the fire available inside the organism. This is the heart. To doom, to doom, to doom. And for men, sexuality gives extraordinary honest mirror of that fire. But I want to make an important distinction. Because wanting sex, like a lion, is not the same as having potency. Everybody today just wants sex, just want something to make them hot. Every day. He can masturbate every day. He can constantly search for stimulation. Enormous sexual appetite. Looks all over. OnlyFans. Why not? And none of that necessarily means his organism is powerful. Not to speak about orgasm. Most people ejaculate but have no orgasm. They even don't know what is it. Desire comes from vitality. But desire can also come from anxiety, from loneliness, from boredom, from the need to regulate stress. Just come before I will sleep better. From the need to discharge tension. But what kind of tension? From habit, from dopamine. Just wanting to discharge from what can escape for 20 minutes. And that is very different from potency. All those habits are dopamine loop. You feel it. You feel it in any person that is actually looks alive but hollow. There is attention without desperation. There is sexuality without compulsivity. There is desire without the need to discharge every desire. Hold the potency. That is why I don't measure male vitality simply by asking, how horny are you? I'm much more interested in how do you sleep? How do you wake up? How strong is it? How quickly you are proud with the right posture in front of the mirror? How is your erection quality? 100% or 70%? Because 70% is still penetrable, right? How quickly do you recover from training? Or you are still aching for 5 days after? How quickly do you recover after stress, after sex? You could have another round. How quickly does your nervous system come back to center after fight? How much physical power do you have? How stable is your mood? Or you mostly not good mood? What overwhelmed you? How you are recover from being overwhelmed? This is all the signatures of youth. A young organism gets hit and reorganizes. It trains and rebuilds. It loses sleep and recovers. It falls emotionally and comes back. It enters a new environment and adapts to the language, to the environment, to the style. Aging has many different ways, but it lost adaptability to become slower, more rigid, less able to absorb volatility. You just want stable things. Keep it like this. Don't change the thing. Keep it. I will not fight it. A healthy asset even can take a shock. It drops. It finds support. Liquidity returns. It reorganizes. Bitcoin. But a weak structure receive the same shock and cannot recover. The damage compounds. Human vitality works like this. So when I speak about sovereignty, I'm not speaking only about money. You can have millions and still be biologically bankrupt. Smoking, more black coffee, more stimulation. You can have status and be exhausted. You could have access to sex and have no sexual power. You can have beautiful house and sleep terribly inside it. You can have an impressive career while your nervous system is continuously in debt. That is not sovereignty. Sovereignty is having reserve capacity. Reserve. Enough energy that life does not immediately empty you. And many things are stealing that reserve. Be honest. Poor sleep, chronic stress, noise, financial anxiety, of course, specifically if you live in big city. Relationships that keep your nervous system constantly activated. Food that weakens your metabolism. Pizza, pasta, beverages with sweet. A body that never moves, just sitting comfortably in the office. A job that you hate. A city that overstimulates you. All those digital stimulation, scrolling until sleep, sexual habits can also become part of that. Not because ejaculation is just morally wrong, not because pleasure is wrong, but if your sexuality become only a mechanism for sedation, stress stimulation, relief, repeat, you may be using sexuality to regulate a depleted nervous system instead of expressing a powerful one. There is a difference between I need release, I'm hot, I'm stressed, and I have energy available. I have energy available and I carry it. Very different masculine states. You could see them in the gym, who is just hollow muscles and who is potency. You need to learn that distinction very well. Morning erection are one useful biological signal among many. Not a test of your masculinity, whatever you are playing. Not something to become obsessive about, but your body is constantly giving you information, sleep, digestion, erection quality, strength, mood, stable mood, recovery, body composition, attention, desire. Those are not separate departments, my friends. They are signals coming from the same body, the same organism. And sovereign man learns to read them before the organism has to scream. This is why I don't want to live only for longevity. I want compression of vitality. And it's not coming by decision. You need to work for this. More life inside the ears. That's what you want. More energy. more strength inside the body, more attention every minute, every hour, more presence inside intimacy, not scrolling on the same time, more flexibility when the world changes as right now, because that is also what this new era is demanding and is going to accelerate. People will age rapidly that are not adapting to this new adjustment. Markets, work, geography, relationships, everything is shaking, the structure of society itself. And the person who survives this period best may not be the richest. No richest. Don't look at the money on the recent IPO. It may be the person who can renew himself fastest. The person who can metabolize change. Lose something without losing himself. What are you doing for yourself? How you invest in yourself? Don't tell me don't have time. Learn new skill, move, adapt, recover, create again. That is potency. And under this Leo eclipse, and this is a new lunar month, maybe that is the question worth asking. Not simply, how long do I want to live? How long? Good life until 120. But maybe how much life is actually available inside me today? How much potency? How much energy belongs to me? How much am I wasting trying to regulate environments I should live? Stop fighting those fights that are draining you. How much am I spending just to feel relief? Are you better now after the release of yesterday in the paper? How much of my sexuality comes from abundance, not just from pressure? And how much comes from depletion? And what happened instead, constantly seeking comfort? What if instead you start building capacity? Better sleep, stronger body, better food, more silence. Silence, yes. Being alone, authorship, more quality relationship, friendship, more courage to leave what continuously drains me. Because real potency is not noise. It does not need to announce itself. You see it in recovery, you see it in presence, you see it in the eyes, you see it, the spark, you see it in the body, the posture, you see it in sexuality, you see it in the ability to remain standing when the environment changes, not to lose balance so quickly. That is life force. And that is kind of wealth. I think the next era is going to make impossible to fake. Not the AI, not the other synthetic thing, but real potency.